Razor, and welcome back to the studio. And we're joined in the studio today with the lovely Angela Murtagh. Angela, thanks for coming in the studio. How are you?
Not at all, Tony.
You're looking well.
Thank you.
Born and raised in O'Mallane, girl.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Very proud of that.
Area,
very proud of that.
So how's things?
Dead on, great.
You're working away?
Good, working away, yeah.
And you've got your own cleaning company, if you don't mind, people.
Yeah.
Homemade cleaning.
Yeah, the best.
The best. Give her a shout if you need. So how does it work,
Jack
Angela?
of all trades, me.
Jack of
but
all
in
trades.
everything, catering, nursing, you name it, everything.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
So you're a multitasker.
Multitasker, yeah.
That's good. So how's the homemade cleaning going for you?
It's going very well, Tony. Going very well.
Is that right?
Yeah, very busy now.
Well, obviously you're
a lot of it's word of mouth as well, which is all the better,
Yeah, and you're providing a good service, and once the people of on Newry start to trust you and know you, that's it, you're in. They want you back, don't they?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So you're toiling away.
Yeah.
And are you just working on your own, Angela? Or
No.
You have a few going.
Yeah.
That's great. Just a quick shout out quick shout out to Newry Helping Hands. They're in here on Friday. And big shout out to you guys. Fantastic work. I've been looking at your site over the weekend, and things have really picked up. They've got so many members, and they're doing a lot of good work. They're helping out people in Newry.
Helping Hands.
And Newry Helping Hands. They only started, and
it's like a voluntary thing, is it?
Completely voluntary. It's not even a charity. It's local people deciding to help other people. There's Brian O'Connor, bus driver. Just a big shout out to all the Ulster bus dudes too.
Oh, yeah. So, Brian Trainor's a relation of mine. He's
Brian Trainor,
yeah. You know Brian?
That was Brian O'Connor away past there.
Is that right?
Rory's son. Do you remember Rory?
Yes,
the
Rory.
singer.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
God, everybody knew him. Yeah.
Yeah, Barry and Brian, two boys are class crack,
All right.
Yeah, great singers like their dad.
I was going to say, yeah, they're bound to be.
And players like their dad. Fabulous. Here, the hat's coming off. It's getting too hot in the studio, Angela. Look at that there. Ain't time lethal with that hat there, I'm telling you. Or any hat, for that matter. So, there's the rain on again, Angela. Do you do inside or outside cleaning in your farm?
Inside. But we do, anybody that needs it there, garden debris as they call it, and gutterings and that's another wee part of it as well.
Clean up
so,
then.
Yeah.
A total clean up.
Can do the lot. Move-ins, move-outs, renovations, new builds, everything.
Even the likes of a bit of flooding or anything, damage-wise?
Yeah. Smoke damage.
And smoke damage too, because that's hard to deal with, isn't it?
All that, yeah.
It's very hard to get smoked out of if you don't damage out.
We can provide the whole lot.
Yeah, and when did you start this?
It'll be about a year and a half now.
Is that right?
And around that, yeah. Quite at the beginning, of course, but, but as I say, word of mouth. It's everything. I don't even have to advertise.
Brilliant. Isn't that
I did at the start.
You did at the start.
So, this is big advertisement here.
This is a big one here. You're on the Bother show with a razor.
Oh, yes, yeah.
This is the one, Angela, your own girl. Give us a razor there.
Razor!
So isn't it great to be... it's great to be in Newry, and there's people say there's no buzz in the city, or there's no. It's up to yourself, I think.
Listen, if there's no buzz in Newry, you're not in there. You're not going out. You're not doing it. You're not taking part.
You're just doing it wrong.
You're correct. But if you're going to sit indoors, what's going to happen? If you're indoors all the time, you need to be out. You need to be interacting, socialising. You need all that.
Yeah.
Well, and there's plenty of buzz.
You're a very lively type of a girl now, I have to say. You're involved in a lot of filming as well. And,
a wee bit of film work, yes.
And I have to say, you brought in my T-shirt from Big Onion Head himself. I was in this correctional facility. I was at the bars. I was jailed in. I couldn't get out.
Definitely.
I'm taking this home with pride.
Yeah.
And I have to get my photograph and stick it up to you later on.
Definitely. No, because you commented there was he put photographs up of the house, and I remember I saw you commenting saying that you would love the T-shirt or something. I mentioned it to him. And he said, "That's not a bother." He says,
very good. And here, are you involved with the? Are you involved with the Ballyholland dancers? Are you?
No. I'm not in that.
But you've been involved with several different filming projects, haven't you, over the years?
Well, it's more just the advertising of the Strictly Come Dancing events and that. I'd be involved, as you know, the big one that we did one time was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That was crackers.
That was brilliant, and we did the Hannibal himself.
Brilliant.
And Hannibal himself, starring Cecil Stanfield. And I can't remember the Birds. Do you remember the Birds?
Oh, the Hitchcock one, isn't
yeah,
it? The Birds,
that's
right.
and what do you call him? Kill Bill.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. I was the nurse in Kill Bill. That was filmed in Daisy Hill.
Wow.
In A&E.
Yeah,
that was filmed in A&E. Part of it was filmed in A&E.
That's unreal, isn't it?
You know, so it's a lot of fun now. It's great crack. Now, how could it not be?
And how long have you been involved in this?
It was just himself.
Yeah.
The big man himself got me involved. He just said, right, you know, give me a hand out, and I said, okay, I'll try it, like, and just love it.
But in fairness to you, you get involved right from the word go. You're a proper actress, if the truth was told. You know what I mean? You get stuck into it.
A bit of a drama queen, you mean?
Well, a drama queen actress. Not much of a difference there, you know. Well,
yeah,
there is.
A wee bit.
But you do. You get your head right into the scene, into the role that you're supposed to get in. And I've said myself, like, that girl, she knows how to act. Basically.
Yeah. I like it. I do like it. It's something that I would love to have been involved in when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, I liked all that end of things. I really would love. But you see, years ago when I was a teenager, there wasn't the same opportunities at that time. You know what I mean? You weren't.
There was nothing.
Drama was never, you know, the drama end of things. You know yourself, in school it was ABC, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You know, school choirs, but there was nothing like that as drama.
And there was no push.
Drama is concerned, you know, like, whereas when my daughter went to school and she was in the Sacred Heart, and that was very much encouraged, and she loves drama now and did very well in it.
Very good.
But as I say, at my time at school, it just wasn't part of school at all.
It wasn't, and it's not only that, the facilities weren't there either.
There was no facilities, there was nothing.
You know, there was nothing really.
There was absolutely nothing.
And now there's everything, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. You know,
the children are very lucky.
The Sheridan School, for instance. Rosalind.
Rosalind, I went in for the bond.
I had to mention Rosalind because both my children, when they were very young, when Rosalind started out the drama, both my children were there, and they loved it, you know. But as they got older, they get...
They fall away, they get new...
Well, it's not that. They become...
I think the fads, you know, that...
Well, not even that. They start realising, well, look, everybody's looking at me. And they start going back ways instead of... You know, and they go through that age, like, of awkwardness, if you like. Yeah. And...
but it does... fair play to Rosalind, as I say. Rosalind, you're a good one. I caught you getting your hair washed next door there one day. I want you in for the banter, by the way. But she gives the kids great confidence, I think. Because my young daughter was there as a young girl in one of the big plays, and I couldn't believe the change in her. You know, when she started going, she was a bit nervous the first one.
Very confident.
See, after the second one and the third one, you could see the children coming on.
Oh yeah.
Confidence growing, feel good about themselves, you know. And you're doing a great job, Rosalind, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you really
brought
do.
Something into Newry that was very much needed.
Yeah. And she's still going, still flat out at it. She has a real good school of youngsters there too, and they're all stars in their own rights, really, aren't they?
That's right, and they're going on to, you know, bigger things.
Yeah.
From there,
hopefully.
It's a good foundation, great foundation.
Yeah. So I'll have to get you in, Rosalind. Come in for the banter and give us a bit of your banter there, because she is a star in her own right too, you know.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
And fair play, do you see anybody that gets up on the stage? You have to take your hat off them.
Well,
because it takes a lot of guts to get up there.
It does, you know, and that wee bit that I have done, you know, in the past, you know, I've kind of thought, no, I'm not going to do this, you know, or I can't do this. And I don't know, just something just clicks. You
must have been uncomfortable, you know, the very first time you get into this, you know, this new line of media work, like, you know.
Yeah.
You must have been very uncomfortable at the start, but then it's like everything, after the first one, you just get, don't you? You get nailed into it.
Yeah.
You get the vibe, because as I said, you are actress material, there's no doubt about it. You know, you get stuck into it.
Thank you, I take that as a compliment.
Do indeed, because no, you really do. You get your heart and soul's in it. There's people that are half-hearted in these things, you know. You're different, you can see you want to get the thing done right, you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even that last one now for the Kerry Foundation, now that's something that pulls at everybody's heartstrings.
It's a heartstring puller, there's no doubt about it.
And the end production, the end, to watch it like it's...
It is shocking.
It really hits you like
it does. And immediately, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to help.
Yeah.
You know, it has the desired effect, so...
you know what I mean? Even taking part in it was one thing, but watching the whole thing when it was completed, my God, I thought that...
It's only did it hit you later?
It's scary. It was really scary stuff. You know, really is spine chilling.
It is spine chilling, and it's a great foundation. They're based in Dublin, aren't they?
Kerry's based in
Dublin.
Dublin.
the Kerry Foundation in Dublin.
Yeah.
Guys, you're doing sterling work down there, and fair play to you, helping out children in their hour of need, and keeping them safe,
It's all self-funded and donations, of course, so hence the Strictly Come Dancing that they're coming up with now shortly. It's all to raise money for that, yeah.
And as I say, the BDA, the Ballyholland Development Association.
That's right, yeah.
And their big night's coming up soon.
Big night now at the weekend,
and
yes.
I'd say they're going to have some crack,
Yeah.
They definitely are. It'll be a good night. It looks good,
very good. And like that, they're all really getting into the whole acting end of it and the dressing up and I've seen some of the stuff that has been done for that, and it's brilliant. Class. Everybody taking part in it is brilliant now.
And they're all happy. The smiles.
Very willing, just getting right in there and getting stuck in.
Not only that, they're out of their comfort zone big time.
Oh, big time out of comfort zone, but they're loving it.
But now they're enjoying it, and it's a challenge that they never thought they would ever have.
Exactly.
And I think it's fabulous,
Yeah.
I think it's fabulous. It's great. The whole Ballyholland area scene, it's just coming together again, isn't it?
Well, it is a great wee community. It really is a great community.
And they do a lot for charity up there as well. They do. Oh, they do. They're a great club, and it's well-run club too. I have to say.
But it's funny too, like Ballyholland, Newry and Mourne district in general. When there is anything at all that needs doing, everybody just, doors open. The swarm into the centre of town, what needs doing here. Every charity, as you know, that's our charity runs, the money that was needed raised for different things and just the people in your area themselves, they just really do knuckle down and get stuck in and help.
They dig deep, don't they? They really do.
They do, yeah. And it doesn't matter how many times they're asked either. It's not, they never reach a point, and have never reached a point where they said, that's it,
enough's enough. Then that never happens for me.
It never happens. They just keep giving all the time to every charity that
Indeed, because there's some amount of charity shops even in Newry.
The charity shops as well,
there's an awful amount of them, and they're always busy.
And they're all doing a wee turn. There's none of them having to close the door because they're well supported by Newry.
They are indeed. And it gives you a good community feeling too, doesn't it? To be part of it,
It's a great wee town like that way. It really is, because people do help.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. They do.
Yeah. And you were brought up in Drumlane, born and raised, and any place back in the day.
That's right.
There wasn't too many estates even in the town. It was the old town. There was only, I suppose there was only Love, New Hennessy Park, Drumlane, Barcroft, Derrybeg. Carnegie, that would have been, and out to Belfast Road, and that was the height of all the estates in Newry, wasn't it? It
was, and they were all their own wee mini community, and they all rallied round one another, and I know, and I remember growing up, I mean, as you know yourself, keys were left in everybody's door. There wasn't even need for a key because the door was
doors were always open.
They were open, and you had one neighbour coming in, you had another neighbour coming out, one would go out and three more would come in, and you were reared in, with the block that I lived in, we'll say there's 8 houses in that one particular block.
Yeah.
And we were reared in every house on that block.
House to house.
We just went from house to house, Yeah. You just went in and out as you pleased. And
do you remember the rope swings from the lampposts and all?
Yeah, many's an injury I got on that. And I remember there was a pole down in the green in Drumlane. And at one stage, I remember there was about 8 swings on it, 8 ropes. And you talk about a tangling match of bodies, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was more black eyes, broken teeth, nipped fingers, nipped legs. And the only thing, well, I remember I hated if I was first, if you were one to take off first, and you got somebody that could lift you high enough on the rope.
Oh. To give you that extra one.
Actually run with you to get you around, everybody else to stand, and one after the other. But if you were first round that pole, and you see that,
you'd be tied up.
You know, there's about 7 more bodies coming behind you. You knew you were in trouble because you'd 7 ropes.
And there's always one big. There's always one big child.
One big one.
And they're always the last one to come crashing in on you.
That was it, like, you know. But you were the honest.
But when you think all the games, you know, the games and all the we
and
had.
the hopscotch and German jumps.
All that there. Skipping ropes.
Yeah.
You know,
skipping ropes.
Spin the bottle.
Spin the bottle, yeah.
Well, the bottle had to be empty for us, so we know how the bottle got emptied, like, you know.
Exactly. But, yeah, and football, and the girls took part in the football as well.
And rounders and all, with all these things, hadn't we really?
Right, with everything. You know, and you went out in the morning, you know, during the summertime, you went out in the morning, and my mother, and I remember that was the time when we actually did have summer weather. And you get up in the morning, you have your breakfast, and my mother was 4 of us in the younger half of the family, and the 4 we were stepsisters, right? Yeah. And I was the eldest of the 4. And I have an older brother who's passed away, and an older sister, of course, but we were the second. You know, there was a big space, and we were the second bunch. But we'd be lined up after breakfast, and I remember most of us, most of the time, would be dressed the same. And my mother, I remember in one particular outfit, the 4 of us had, including my brother, red tops and red shorts, and the white socks, and she would line us up. The sun cream would go on, and the nose was grabbed, and you had 2 or 3 spoons of olive oil, or cod liver oil.
Cod liver oil, yeah.
We were sent out. You know, out we used to go.
Or a spoon of yeast extract.
Ah,
but we had to get it into us.
But that was. Do you know what I mean? And we went out, as I say, the 4 of us was dressed almost identical the best part of times, and we were sent out. You were out all day long, and you came home when you were hungry.
That's right, yeah. You only come home when you're hungry, is right?
You come home when you were hungry.
And that's
and you seemed to. You knew the time. You didn't need a watch.
No.
You didn't need to be called. You didn't need a mobile phone.
You think back. And nowadays you can't.
You know, 10 and 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds, they're texts, you know, by a parent to come home, or...
Yeah. It's scary, Angela, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? And I know one woman in particular, and her daughter spends most of her time upstairs, of course, as they do at a particular age. She texts her daughter. Or she sends her a message on Facebook that her dinner's ready downstairs.
Brilliant.
Now,
that wouldn't suit me at all now.
No, well,
I have the headache down the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
Get down, your dinner's ready.
Yeah.
You know.
But do you know, it is technology going crazy. Like, I mean, it has its good points and it has its bad.
Yeah, it's crazy at the minute. What's going to be like in another 10 years? It's just going to be.
What is it going to be like?
Is there going to be any cars on the road, or what the hell is going to happen, you know?
Oh, hovercrafts.
Personal ones.
You know.
You step in a bin lid or something to transport you across the town or something.
Yeah.
With your phone driving it, your phone will control it, you know.
But your phone's going to be in there on the screen somewhere. It's not going to be handheld. You know, I think, you know what I mean, wherever your workspace is, at home, wherever, and your car, I honestly think it's going to be interacted into all those.
Everything, yeah. Well, it's already going that way.
You're not going to actually carry a device, you know, separately, like a mobile phone. I really do think it's going
there's
to be.
The Samsungs now, and they've got a watch to go with the phone, so you don't even need to take the phone out of your pocket. And you can even take a photograph of somebody. It's incredible. This is the way it's going.
But is that not, oh no, I don't like the sound of that. A watch, so if you...
No, not like that. It's a screen on it. So if you ring me, Angela Murtagh will come up on it.
Right.
Or your photograph, and I can say, Angela, no bother, you know, like the Secret Service do, you know, hello.
James Bond.
This is the way it's gone now. This is the way it's gone completely crackers. No. We were there when they had nothing. Well, the only amusement we had back in the days, entertainment-wise, was the wireless.
That's right.
The wireless in the scullery. It was always in the scullery too.
Yeah. The wireless. The wireless. Yeah.
You know, when you think back,
yeah.
you know, we were pre-TV days, weren't we?
Well,
you remember the black and white ones come out?
Well, the black and white TV, that's all I remember initially was us having the black and white TV. And the big thing to watch as a child was Watch with Mother. You had the Wooden Tops, you had Andy Pandy, you had, come on, do you remember any of them?
I do. I'm trying to think now.
Or is that before your
the
time?
Magic Roundabout.
The Magic Roundabout. Dougal and Zebedee and all that.
And Dylan.
No, and Dylan.
Dylan was a hippie, wasn't he?
The Wooden Tops would have been, yes, but the Wooden Tops would have been, when I was, you know, very young, the Wooden Tops was my big watch. Watch with Mother, that's what it was called.
And what did you call your woman on new TV? She used to come on and look through a bot. You can see Angela. What did you call her? Now you know the one I'm talking
about. What was it called? Anybody watching that's going to be screaming, how do you not know it?
Miss Helen, you called her.
Miss Helen. The school, what the heck was it called?
But there was all them.
And she had the magic mirror. Magic mirror.
And she could see through it.
Who do I see today? And
like
you would be glued, wishing that you would call out your name. Just please call out my name. And if she didn't, it was devastating. You know, devastating. How did she not see me?
And she'd be giving it that one. She'd be talking, and I can see you.
Yeah, and I can see
Andrew there, and I can see the car wash across. And then she'll just when you thought your name was calling out, and we'll be back next week.
Yeah,
and that's what you see. You were devastated then, wouldn't you?
Well, I know I was totally devastated. She never seemed to get I don't ever remember her actually getting my name. No, I don't think so.
No,
that has to have left some type of emotional scar somewhere, buried way back in the crevices of my...
we were badly tortured here.
God almighty.
Just when you think back, it is crackers, isn't it? Like, you know. But there's, look at today now, the whole thing's just gone complete full circle, I think, you know.
Yeah.
But even the football's not the same as it was back in the day.
No.
You know, the whole way of playing football is completely different. You know, when you think back to George Best and all them, who were top footballers here, and I mean, these guys would run rings round even the modern day dudes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's when I thought football was football. And then I discovered the hurling and the Gaelic. And I thought, well, hold on, this is a lot different than that.
Yes.
To me, then football was a slow game, but I still loved all the top players of the day. But hurling and the Gaelic football, after watching it, I couldn't really watch football again. It was too slow.
Yeah.
You know, but then with a good range of champions, hadn't we?
We did.
Alex Higgins and all, you know.
We did. Yeah,
when you think of them all,
there was quite. Yeah, I mean, Northern Ireland in general, like in a lot of. In all areas really, football, as you say, media, and the acting. Sure, Newry lost one great ambassador there to Newry for acting, which
Gerard Murphy.
Gerard Murphy.
Yeah, fabulous actor.
And he was in big, big name.
He was
movies.
in Hollywood productions and everything.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Big shout out to the Murphy family.
Yes, yeah.
Gerard, he was fabulous, fantastic.
He was a lovely fella too. His mother was a school teacher and she actually taught me.
No way.
Yeah.
See, there's where your acting skills come from. See, it's all coming out now in the Banter show. It's all coming out on now. See, it's all starting to gel in here. Makes sense
That's
now, you know.
That's right, Miss Murphy. I remember, honestly, it's like yesterday. Like, it's scary when you start to look back and you think, my God, you know.
Oh, for God's sakes!
Where did it all
I'm
go?
dreading my 40th birthday. You know, you crack yourself. Suppose you're dreading yours too, are you?
You know, rightly I am. I'll not be out that night. But it, as you say, like things have changed when we were growing up. The difference, But we've more of a value in life, though, I think.
Yeah.
And we don't take things for granted, and it's for the reason being of how we were brought up.
Yeah.
And with little we had. Really?
Indeed, and because I mean,
and you had to be creative. As a child, every child that you and I would have grown up, when you think back, they were all creative.
Yes, right, because we used to make these wee bogies and all, and putting wheels
the
on them.
Go-karts.
The go-karts.
The go-karts.
I mean, you ask a kid to do that nowadays, and they'll get on the computer and get a design.
Where to start. As you say, Googling it, how to make a go-kart. But it's true. But I remember talking about a go-kart, my brother that passed away, Philip, my mother, it was a big Silver Cross pram.
Brilliant.
And of course, you know what's coming next. There was 2 wheels, the 2 back wheels were missing of that pram. She had it in under the stairs, of course, to come out when needed for the youngest, Imelda, the very youngest of the family. And of course, going into town, the Silver Cross pram was to be taken out, and 2 wheels were gone.
And I remember
and that's where they were. And it was up and down. There was between the top row and the bottom row in Drumlane, to get down, and there was a just at the end of our block was called the Cinder Pad. No, not the Cinder Path. It was the Cinder Pad, and I can't remember the exact story, but it was to do with, whoever that is, I'll ring them back. It was to do with before it was concreted or before it was had any kind of a proper path laid on it. To stop it being slippy or whatever in the rain, because it was just sand, they would have thrown cinders on.
For a bit of a grip?
For grip. Throwing cinders on it, and hence the name, the Cinder Pad. And now that would have been before, even before I was born. That it was, it would have been before I was born, Because I never remembered it being...
The old Drumlane now, there was loads of dockers and all from the old docks, and you're down with the keys on, really.
Yes, all belonging to me, and my mother's side were all in the docks and that, and then I had an uncle who, he looked after Victoria Locks.
Is that right?
And he went up and down on a bicycle all the time.
Up and down to the locks?
Up and down to the locks, and he was great now, God have mercy on him, he was great, my Uncle Paddy. And he would have to pass our house to get to his own. He lived in Drumlane as well. And he would come in and he'd talk about ghost stories that he could tell about the Omeath Road and things that he would have
Real ancient stuff,
and my mother would go, man, she would chase him, but Paddy, them children will not sleep, them children won't sleep tonight,
Paddy used to come down to upset the whole house, and away then.
He loved every minute of it. Now, this was great, like.
Oh, brilliant.
Great, but, that's right, the Cinder Pad, and I remember, it's probably not the exact story, but it was on that line that, if you like, to get grip on the pad was the cinders was thrown on it.
It's unbelievable. Just for a grip, really. That's all it was used for. But back in the day, they were they were creative. Your cousin Dermot, who I knocked around with, Dermot could build anything. He could fix a car like that.
That's right. He was great.
There was people coming in with cars that you couldn't fix, and him and the brother Kevin. And they would take the radiator out.
God have mercy on him as well.
They would take the car. They started doing car radiator repairs, and there was no way in the world I could ever do anything like that. No. And they were like surgeons. Yeah. And they were always really good.
They loved what they were doing. They really had a passion for that.
And
they loved it.
They done stuff that no ordinary mechanic could do.
Well, Dermot would have, if you had a breakdown in Dublin or Cork, it didn't matter. And if you contacted Dermot, he dropped everything down. He would have told you home. He'd have got you home.
He would have had you driving home.
Or driving home, but if he would have done anything to get you home. If not, like.
Oh, such a good. I missed Dermot. Me and him were great friends.
He was a lovely fella. He really was.
Heart of gold.
He was a dote of a fella,
Yeah, heart of gold. Yeah. And funny, his son Kevin, he's a good lad too.
Yes, he's growing up now. He's growing up fast.
Good man, Kevin. Hopefully get you in the banter show some of these days.
Indeed so, yeah.
Indeed so. So our studio manager's giving me the eyeball there. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it that time? Is it time
Time's
out?
Up.
Is it time out? Load this here. She's panicking now to get out. Would you quit? Well, Angela, I'll tell you what. That's been quick. I didn't think it was going to go that quick. Do you see?
And we did have a good old banter.
Do you see? The banter's only starting, for God's sake.
The banter is only starting.
The banter's only starting, and there it's just on the way. God's sake, we're getting the time out from Andrew, our main man there, you know. Well, listen, come here. Drop in and see me again,
Tony,
will you?
thanks very much. Enjoyed it, yes.
Come in and share.
And look after that shirt now.
That shirt's going home. I'm going to put it on, take a photograph when we go home.
Definitely, that has to go.
And
that
the
has
big
to
lad
go
will
online.
he'll be happy when he sees that.
He will, yes, he will.
Thanks for bringing it in. I appreciate it.
Not at all.
And listen, best of luck with the cleaning business.
Thank you.
And
thank you very much.
Come back in again sometime soon, will you?
I will, surely.
Lovely. Well, folks,
Thanks.
that's it. A big shout out to the Krav Maga starting up in Carnegie Community Hall tonight with Anthony Canaan. Anthony, best of luck. I'll try and get up if I get a spare half an hour. So listen, best of luck, Anthony. Call up people. The Krav Maga starts up there. It's a Israeli fighting defence system. So starts tonight up in Carnegie. I think it's 7:30. So I'm going to try and make it. Folks, we're out of here. Riser.
Bye-bye, Riser.